Hey guys, all right. I was just looking for a box because I want to send some stuff to my sister, and trying to find the right box. I don't care if it's a little bigger. You just put a little bit more stuffing in it. I just don't like them when they're an odd size and taking up a lot of room because of the odd size, or they just fit, you know. And you know, or they just fit, and then you got to worry about stuffing things in there that's going to end up getting broke. You need some jiggle room, even though it's got to be somewhat secured. So otherwise, you know, you'll end up with broken product. So there's something else I want to put in here, but for now, that seems to be like it's going to work. This was the other one that would maybe work, but it's just an odd shape. So I don't know exactly how it would work, if you know what I mean. And it's a lot bigger, which is really crazy. Yeah, so that wouldn't fit that way. It would fit that way. Alright, so I can use this one if I have to. So anyway, with that being said, I gotta order more of this stuff. I'll wait to see what happens. I may order it from Uline. I buy the shooting glasses by the dozen from Uline because when I do classes, I give you the glasses so you have them. I mean, it's not a big expense, but it's something that you don't have to worry about going out and buying right away. Plus, I'd rather have each one of my students have a new pair of glasses to put on. I have had students come in with allergies, pink eye, you know, and I don't want to reuse that glass on another student. So I just buy all glasses and all students get a new pair, and when they're done, they take them with them. And it's up to them what they want to do with them. So I buy them from Uline. So I may wait and order another roll of this from them. Not unless I see Home Depot or somebody have it on sale. Yeah, I try not to let myself run real low so that I'm saying, oh shit, I gotta be pressured into going and getting it. So that's kind of where I'm at with that anyway. So I went and had coffee, like I said. Today is Tuesday. It's the April 23rd. Gorgeous day, 68 degrees. The sun is out. The dampness is gone. It's just a nice day today. You know, so I'm getting a few little things done. You know, I'm not doing any lifting or anything. Not much walking. I cleaned the sink out there. Got that done. I took a lot of the dirty rags that I had in the sink all winter and I stuck them in the wheelbarrow and put some soap detergent in there and some water, so they're going to just soak out there for a while and let that be. And I cleaned the sink, like I said, and I'm just kind of like putzing around a little bit, trying to get things done without doing or going crazy. So, and then I stopped by the P.O. box because I wanted to check to see, not so much if there was anything in there, which there was a QST magazine. If you join the ARRL for a year, you get a free subscription to this QST. And it talks a lot about radios, different types of radios. There's certain little stories in here. There's a lot of advertisement more than anything because the advertisement pays for it. But there's a couple little stories is what goes on. There's links to different websites. You know, so if it was something you're thinking about or wanting to get interested in, it's a good little magazine. So that was there. And I wanted to make sure that my renewal was fine, and I'm good until August with them. I took a 6-month out with them at first because I wanted to work and test it before I actually, took out a full year. And I gave up the post office. I got tired of their bullshit. I really did. They don't tell you when it's time to renew. They stick a piece of red tape across the back, like an X in the back, so whoever's putting mail in it can't put it in. But they do nothing to notify you. Now, if you look in the back, you'll see the red tape, and you're supposed to know that this means you got to renew. But in my case, my box is about waist high, so I don't bend over to look all the way in the back. I usually just stick my hand in, and that's it. My hand doesn't even go all the way in the back. So anyway, like I said, I'm done with the post office. There are a bunch of jerks over there. I understand they put up with a lot of people, but still, there's no reason. Why can't they used to put a card in your box 2 weeks prior? So when you go, you reach in, you pull out, oh, I got to renew. Ah, no more. And then when you go there late, they want to charge you a $30 late fee. Nah, it ain't going to happen. So I went to this other place. They're the shape of a box, but it's not a post office box. It's a mail type company where they have boxes for what we use them for, like a P.O. box. And then they also do, the UPS, FedEd, and stuff like that as well. I'm good until November, and next time I'll join for a year, so I don't have to worry about it. And if they give me a discount for 2 years, I'll take 2 years. This came in today. I was looking for a couple of. I want a pillow speaker. This here way, if I want to use the TV. If I want to listen to the computer while I'm on the couch and the wife wants to watch TV, I can just plug this in and throw it on the arm, on one of the throw pillows, and I can just kind of like listen. So that's what I did. This is a charger adapter for my tablet, because I can't seem to find the one that came with it. And I was using it in the hospital at night and even during the day, not so much to communicate with anybody, but to watch Netflix, to see a movie or something. There was a lot of good channels, at the hospital, but because it was a shared room, after midnight, 1 o'clock, if you're a sleeper like I am that needs something in the background, it makes it tough, because you got to think of your neighbor. And I'm sure you guys understand how they're laid out. There's a bed here and a bed here. And on the wall over here, there's a TV, and each one's facing your area. But if you're in this bed, you still see the light coming off of this TV. And you can actually see part of it. So it could bother you. I went into and started watching the Netflix. And the charger that I brought with me is a good charger, but it wasn't the one that was actually made for it, so it couldn't keep up with the charge as I was using it. And the plug, for some reason, wasn't fitting it properly. Even though it was the right plug, it wasn't fitting it properly, because the charger I was using, the cord, was an older cord. So I said, you know what, I'm done. Let me just get another one. So I bought two. This is the one that is supposedly made for it. 5.2 volt at 2.0 amp with a Mini 2. This one is a little bit bigger. This has a little bit more amperage, which means it'll charge a little faster. But it's got the right plug. It's just that I don't know if this will fit because of the volume control may be too close to the on-off button. And this piece may interfere. So I got to check. So that's the reason why I bought two of them. Because I'd rather use the rapid charger if I could. But then again, as long as it's connected properly, I think it'll be okay. Because like I say, if it wasn't in the charger, sometimes you're looking and it wasn't even in all the way. It was kind of like just hanging there. So that naturally would have a lot to do with it. But anyway, the P.O. box, or the post office, and how they're getting. Now, they don't like pick on anybody. They pick on everybody. You know, I'm not the only one that complains. Now, my name and my wife's last name are different, so they don't know that, you know, we are connected. So even if they were some type of a vindictive system and they were, you know, just breaking my stones, they have no idea who my wife is, so naturally it's going to be totally different. But my wife went over there the week, she got laid off on a Friday. They make a lot of noise. My nails aren't that thick, it's just that I'm using clippers to do my nails when I come out here. I'm sorry for the rudeness, but Friday, so the following, I think it was Wednesday, after she was talking with Social Security and all that kind of stuff, they told her to send what paperwork they needed in, and this was on a Wednesday. So she puts it in a manila envelope, she addresses it clearly, everything's done. She goes to the post office and she sends it next day, priority, RRR. Okay? Gets a tracking number. So 2 days later, she's checking it, and it hasn't been delivered yet. 3 or 4 days later, she's checking it. All right, and it says something about delay. Okay, well, wait a minute. We just paid priority, next day, triple R on a Wednesday, and here it is Monday. Now, I don't want to hear about weekends, because they say, oh, it's a work week. Bullshit. Your truck drivers that are driving the mail, or any delivery driver that's driving the truck from point A to point B, unlike, you know, a local neighborhood delivery guy, he's not driving down the highway and say, oh, wait a minute, it's Friday at 5 o'clock, it's the weekend. Let me pull into a rest stop for the weekend because I'm not working. It's a weekend. They continue to move. That's all there is to it. So there's no reason why we should have a 5-day work week when it comes to things, because they are moving 24/7. All right? So anyway, she calls the post office, and they said, well, it made it to Springfield. She was, well, I can see that. And she said, well, I'll check. 2 days later, she calls. Well, we really don't know what's going on. They're looking for it, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? If we don't have Social Security tied up, we can't add our supplement to get what we need for our medical. So this is important. You know, as well as the, you know, A, B, C, D, or whatever other letters we need. So, you know, she's starting to get a little pissy. So I says, listen, I'm going, this is before I went in the hospital. I'll take it, I'm going Monday for coffee. I'll take it to that place that I have my box. I says, and I'll send it priority next day, UPS. So she says, no, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. So she takes it to them, sends it priority UPS. Next day. Bang. It's there. Finally. So that's another nerve that we can shut off. Don't you think, as of yesterday, they still never received the first one? The post office sends my wife an email saying that they're closing the case so that if the other person does get it, let them know. Oh, wait a minute. So this thing just got lost in the mail, a piece of priority mail, going to Social Security that we paid extra for to have next day priority RRR. 2 weeks later, you're saying you're scratching it, forget about it, you're closing the case, and we get no money, we get nothing back. So we paid for 2 weeks of aggravation. Thank you, government. All right. So I'm done with the post office as much as possible. You know, I may even start sending my mail via UPS. I'll pay more. I don't care at this point because the post office is becoming to be a royal pain in the ass. Anyway, what are you going to do? And that's what they say. What are you going to do? Right? Yeah. Well, the more and more the things go on with internet and signature locks on the internet and stuff like that, the less we're going to end up using the post office. And then what are you guys going to do? Well, I know what they'll do. They'll start locking into that. And eventually they're going to make it so that the internet is going to get so damn expensive that it's going to start getting out of control. Just like television. I don't know if you guys remember, I mean, but here, when cable first came out, which was Comcast, they were the first one in the area. I forgot what they called it back then. But meanwhile, we got like 250 channels for $49 a month. Right? And they were good channels. Now we get 250 channels and we watch 30 out of the 250 and we pay $200 a month. Yeah. So, and then we're supposed to be getting a minimum of 200 on our speed, our download speed. And for the last couple of days, I haven't been home, but the wife has been saying the internet's been running slow. And last night I checked, she was down to 48, and I was just hitting 100. Okay, I can understand it happens at times, you know. It could be the weather. We had nothing but 2 weeks of miserable rain. Even the reverse beeper on my truck doesn't go beep, beep, beep anymore. It sounds like I'm chasing a mouse. Beep, beep, beep. So it could, but I don't think the rain should really affect the internet speed. Not unless there's a line problem someplace and there's moisture getting in. But meanwhile, that's about it. So I'm feeling better. I'm still tired. You know, I'm not my normal looking for things to do. I'm looking for things to do now just to kind of get back into it, to get rid of this tiredness that I got myself in. So that's kind of where I'm at this point. So what else? That's about it so far. You know, like I say, it's a nice day. I was going to work on trying to get that printer running, the cutter rather, the big one. I got the cord over here. Well, here, let me take you off of this for a minute. I'm sorry. I got the cover off it. I got the cord draped over and around. I got to plug it in, and I got to find out what COM port it's actually on. And then I got to make sure I find the right driver. And this is where I don't like, hold on a minute, BBC. And this is where I say I don't like Sign Warehouse. Right? Again, there's good and bad with them, right? And this is when they're bad. Unless you're spending money with them constantly. When you call them, they know right off the bat, according to your number, who you are, your account comes up, and how much money you've spent. And if you say, I got a problem, well then, whatever the amount that you may have spent that month, and this is really how it works, will determine on if you're going to get any service on the phone or you're going to play tag through email, if in fact they're going to help you at all. Now all I need to know is what driver I need to use on the program that I bought from them. And I know it works because I had it working. And it was working with that computer. But since we reinstalled everything into that computer, I cannot get that to work. And I think, well, maybe the USB cable blew when that blew. Anything's a possibility. All right? But at that point, you would think I can call them up and say, listen, this is the program I bought from you. What driver do I need to run that machine? You know what I mean? Well, we don't support that. We're hooked up that way. Well, I don't care. I'm just asking you a question about a driver. You know, not if you support it being hooked up through a USB or not. See, they want to sell me an adapter box that takes it from USB to this other plug over here, wherever the hell it is, to this thing, to that 9-pin plug. What is it, a J45 or something? I really don't know. You know, and they want to sell you a box. Well, we'll sell you this, and then, you know, we'll talk about it. You know, no, time out. You know, that's why I don't like Sign Warehouse. Now, if you're going to be a good buyer, they'll probably take care of you for a little bit longer. They will want to sell you, however, tech support after a while. And it's not always worth buying it because you may not use it as much. See, you buy it when you're there because you got the problem, but you may not have another problem for a year. You know, so you know this is what you have to think about. But anyway, I was going to do something with this, but I decided not to because I don't feel like walking back and forth right now because my sciatica is still acting up a little bit. Because my sciatica went through just as much bull crap as I did with my heart. So that's kind of where that's at. Now the wife said she was going out front to cut the lawn, but I don't hear the lawnmower. So I'm going to take a walk out there and check on her, and then I'll be right back.